Hello, beautiful and beloved ones. This is Lorelei from the Tightrope to 5D Music Reactions. And if you wonder about that strange title, stick around to the end. I'm going to give you a special message about this historic shift from third dimensional consciousness to fifth dimensional consciousness. Never happened before. So stick around. And we're going to start, however, with a reaction to Sohyang, Lean on Me. So far she's been great, so let's see. Like she just reminds me of a person who literally lives music. Like music is coursing through her body all day, every day. Oh my goodness. Let's keep going.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
I've seen in the past too, she does it her own way, never the way anybody else did it. Wow, let's go back a little bit and hear that again. It's completely different.
Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
Isn't she beautiful in that dress? Holy moly.
Lean on me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend. I help you carry on. Oh, it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have things you need to borrow, no one can feel those of your needs that you won't lash out. Sometimes in our lives we all have pain, we all have sorrow, but if we're wise, we know that there's always tomorrow.
She's just riffing all over the place, isn't she? She's here, there, and everywhere, not at all having to do with like worrying about what was the song itself when it first started. She's doing her own thing. So great.
Somebody lean on me.
brought them all right to their feet. Wow! She is unbelievable, this one. That was like a workout. That's an Olympic workout in the world of songs. Holy moly. And she totally did something unexpected, totally different. Nothing we ever heard done before with that song. Oh my goodness. This is so, this one here is just unreal. I gotta tell you, she is just so wonderful. And my goodness. And where do we, now if we want to put that song on my scale, you know, I do my scale of third dimensional versus fifth dimensional. Third being very fear, pain, suffering, anger, sadness. And fifth being love, peace, joy, bliss, all of that. Friendship, harmony, unity, oneness. This is such a oneness, unity song. I mean, you talk about a little bit of the suffering of the third dimension, which does not happen in 5D, by the way. Not at all. So, look at that. My throat got a tickle just from wooing for her. Never mind singing. Holy cow. So anyway, my scale. All right. So my scale. Again, it's about 1 being very fear, pain, suffering, sadness, anger, and 10 being peace, love, joy, bliss, unity, oneness. And this is very, very, very high. So, because, you know, it's talking about some of the things of third dimension. We have pain, we have sorrow, which doesn't happen in 5D. However, it's looking to pull someone up, which is so that unity and so that oneness. This is a very high vibrational song. I'm going to give it like a 9 here. This one is high. I'm telling you, I have not been given 9s and 9.5s for a while, but this one is so great. So great job. Now, if you're talking about how great the song was done, never mind whether it pulls us one way or the other. Now you're way off the chart. This one is way off the chart. So God bless her heart. So, by the way, if you'd like to know a little bit about me, you can go to the About Me video on this channel, and it leads you to a longer video, which I say is about my forge in the fire of 3D journey of life. And also, if you want to know the things I've created, you can go to About Lorelei on Patreon, the link right here in the notes, and check that out in case you want to participate in some way in bringing your life to that joy place. So, wonderful, wonderful job this one did. So, my fifth dimensional message for you today. By the way, leave a comment. I'd like to know if you ever saw anybody do this different of this song. I've never seen anything like it. So give me a comment. Yes, I've seen it. No, I haven't seen it. All right, but now, what does it mean to be filled with the light? That's my fifth dimensional message. What does it mean to be filled with the light? Because, you know, we've heard that saying. We've used that saying, you know. This preacher is filled with the light, or that person is filled with the light. You know, this person is like lit up like a Christmas tree, right? Lit up like the sun, you know. And you know, it's kind of an expression we typically human beings have used if a person is a very good person, a very loving person, a very high frequency person, you know, has all those frequencies of goodness and love and peace and joy and unity and helping others and being on the side of, for lack of a better word, the light, right? We've kind of used it that way. And that's all very true, but what we don't often consider or think about, and I did a video about how literally in the beginning of all creation, the consciousness, the only thing that was there was consciousness, and that consciousness said, let there be light, and embodied and became that light. So we don't often think of God, literally, the creator, as being the light. And then that light went about the business of, you know, bringing forth sound and matter, and, you know, vibration made it possible to, sound vibration made it possible to create matter and all of that. Okay, but that, literally that light is the creator. And the creator, of course, is even, of course, greater than that light because it created the light, but it embodied the light and began to go about the business of whatever was being done, you know, just creating and creating and creating and creating. So it really is a true, real thing that when, as more and more light comes into the body and you become more of a person, more of a loving person, more of a spiritual person, more of a person of goodness, you also literally have in your body that shining light. And this has been something that we saw in the past when you'd see the pictures, for instance, in medieval times, and you'd see pictures of an angel or Mother Mary or something, and they had like this halo around them. This was not metaphorical. This literally is, and why it's around pictures of Jesus is that you literally walk around with this light halo. And as I'm speaking this, many of you talk to me. You reach out to me. You say, hey, wow, I see you, and I feel like there's just this light, and it's true. It's not just me, but it's a lot of people that live in the light and embody the light and allow that to come in. See, the closer we are to the divine, and we get out there in the sunshine, and we got our feet on the earth, and we're allowing that light to come in, and you can literally see it. Now you could see it more and more also as you open up this third eye that we have in the middle of our foreheads, which unfortunately has been closed a lot by some of the nasty things they put in our food and everything. The fluoride is a terrible thing. You want to get that out of your diet completely. Do not brush your teeth in that. But you want to open up that third eye, because that is able to see more and more and more that light, that divine light that is always there. And that's your auras and your chakras and all of that stuff. It's there. It's not even a made up thing. It's actually there. You just can't necessarily see it with your physical eyes. But as you open up your third eye, you're able to see that more and more and more. And all of the lights coming in and everything are helping also us to break up all that crusty fluoride gunk and be able to see with that third eye. Now, back in the day, before they were putting all that crap in our food, a person of a high vibration who was walking around on the planet could see with his or her third eye, and that's why they were seeing the halos and everything around people, because they were seeing with their third eye as well as their human eyes, and they were distinguishing it, saying, oh, this is my human eye, this is my third eye, but that's what was actually happening. And that's why, as you look up in the sky, by the way, and some people will look up and they'll see nothing, and other people will look up and they'll see, wow, it looks like there's kind of like ships up there, some kind of thing is moving around in a strange way, right? And they're brighter than stars, and they're a lot, those people have their third eye open, and they're able to see all the beautiful beings that are hovering within our atmosphere, right? There's a lot of them, right? In ships and so forth, watching us at this historic time. You think I'm crazy? I used to think some people were crazy 10 years ago. And then I learned all of this and I started experiencing it. And millions of people are learning it and experiencing it. So before you know it, there's going to be more of us than of you who think we're crazy, right? But it really is, if you get back to the conversation, that third eye opening, and those beings up there which are covered and cloaked, if you will, in light, you don't necessarily see them unless you've got that third eye open and you can see that light. So it's very, very interesting and very kind of profound that we actually knew people were filled with light. Somehow we knew that, who were of a loving nature, of a higher vibrational nature, of a goodness nature, of a righteousness nature. We knew they were filled with light, even though we didn't really know actually that they were actually filled with light. Like in concrete scientific reality, it's measurable. If you've got the right kind of instruments, if you're not, behind the 8 ball like many of our scientists are still, you can measure that light in a human being. And as the galactics sit around, the higher dimensional beings and the angels and all that sit around and watch us, they see us lighting up with the light. That's how they know how far we progressed. They see our hearts opening up with its own special color light. And they see us just beaming with the various soul star light and the different kinds of light that we have. And the more that they see that beaming from us, the more they know we are waking up. We are getting very close to this shift to the 5th dimension. How cool is that? So they don't even see us with physical eyes because they don't have physical eyes, a lot of them, the angels and whatnot. They see us as light. How cool is that? It's either a very dim light, just hardly a flicker, somebody who's just miserable all the time, to a very bright burning bush, right? Huge, enormous thing, right? It's somebody who's lit up with the light of the divine. So, yes, it's very, very wonderful. So that is basically all I wanted to say on this matter. What does it mean to be filled with the light? And I'm sending you now that fifth dimensional light, that love, that peace, that joy, that brilliant light of God. Here it comes, right coming to you. Namaste. I honor the God in you.